Hey, I am back with a video. I will be speaking about the greater changes that will move forward towards your revolution or move forward towards your development. And I will be speaking about this because this is stuff come from my heart and passion and through my spirit. Okay? Now, first thing first, if you're a type of person moving backwards, this message will be not correct for you. Therefore, don't waste my time. Okay? You don't want to waste my time. Okay? Because I'm moving forward. Okay? If you are people think they move forward, but they move backwards, message might not for them or might be for them. Okay, never knows until you listen that maybe it's not for me or maybe it's for me. You always make decision with that, okay? Always do. I cannot make decision for you. You have to make decision for yourself, okay? Now let's get to it, okay? Now, make the greater changes that will move forward towards your revolution and towards your development. Because we live in the world today, we live in the society today is a backwards development society. Let's keep it real. And we live in the times like that. When I look at stuff, it's like, oh gosh, why the hell we live in this mess? Okay? Now, first thing first, I'm gonna break this down to you people so you people could understand. Now, we live in every single, the society, the world where it's so limited, it's a limitation. Has limitation that restricting you from the growth, from restricting you from the revolution, the way it needs to be moving forward. Okay? Now, let me tell you I'm going to break this down to people so you guys can understand this, okay? The greater change that will move forward towards your revolution and your development. Let me tell you a good example. Now, y'all know Tupac, right? And I've been speaking about. He's the best rapper. He's my inspirational rapper, true speaker. Now, first, let's take a look at his interview. I'll go send this link in the description down below the box. You can see it yourself. He talks about changing the world, man. Okay? If he's still living, give 20 years, he'll see the world change. You gotta give 20 years. Listen to his interview. Okay? Another thing too, he rap about this song about change. That song about change. There's something that he said is true. I'll go send a link to the description down below the box. It was on a radio station back in the day before I was 13 years old, man. Tupac in that. And a radio station 99.1. That about changes. What he rap about is this: he don't see no changes. He saw what I saw with the world that we live in. We live in the backwards development society where we don't see no greater changes. Okay? And also, Tupac talks about this is, let's change the way we eat, change the way we live, change the way we sleep. He also said, old way will never work, doesn't work. And we gotta do what we gotta do to survive. Oh man, he says what I say with that. We gotta do what we gotta do to survive, man. It's the way I see in this world like that. And I don't see no greater changes. The way it needs to be changed. The way it needs to be moved forward towards revolution. And I'm sick and tired, stuck on that mess. And just listen to songs. You'll understand about this. Now, let me give you another good example. Martin Luther King. There's a segregation going on. And he's fought for that changes of segregation. Especially they put in the bathroom says whites only, drinking fountain, whites only, school, whites only. He fought for that changes. And there are people out here who are stubborn to change. And Martin Luther King said, born black leaders. Malcolm X is another good example. You know? And at the very last, about there's blacks out here killing each other. Another thing I forgot about Tupac, well as Malcolm X. And you know, things about Tupac, he get him out the blacks out of 3 strikes. Okay, he do. And Malcolm X helped to unify blacks because blacks kill each other. Another perfect example is Black Panther Party. There's where the law says to be racist, to have a hate racism. But Black Panther Party defend themselves against that. Against a police officer who just follow orders blindly. And he fought for the greater changes. And another example, before I get to that, if you listen, all the black leaders I'm talking about fought for the greater changes. Another good example, I forgot, is Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, like, fought for the greater change for the blacks. That he saw that a lot of blacks never get along, you know. That he fought for the greater change for the black race. But black race will never change. That's why they stuck on poverty, they stuck on ignorant, they stuck all that stuff. I'm not being hate racist, but that's just the truth I see. That's why a lot of black community sucks out here, because just ignorance, you know? That's why there's born black leaders, you know, help the blacks, but sadly, they stuck. They don't want to change the great. Because they want to stuck on stupid. Want to stuck on stupid, be stuck on stupid, man. Okay? Another great example, King James. He speaks about what type of religion that cannot go, because he sees the truth about religion. Until then, he was assassinated, man. And that stuff never goes away, man. King James is another one, fought for the greater changes. But yet, it gets worse and worse, man. Sad. Here's another example. Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee. He's a face of the martial art. He exposed the martial art styles. He exposed that Wing Chun is 400 years old. He exposed every single art out here. He exposed karate. You know? He created his own art. That's something revolution for him, is the Tao Jeet Kune Do. According to his books, man, that he wrote, that's something is deep in the martial art, man. That's what I'm heading to do. Bruce Lee is like deep when it comes to martial arts. He don't want stuck on pure tradition. Don't get me wrong, traditional martial arts has a great value to that. But pure traditional stuff, stuck on pure tradition, that literally moved backwards. That's what Bruce Lee exposed in that, especially in his Tao Jeet Kune Do book. He exposed that. Okay? And he pushed forward towards that. And sadly, Bruce Lee passed away for that. And if Bruce Lee's alive, man, that would be existing still. And after the death of Bruce Lee, man, that's part of the reason why I'm heading towards Bruce Lee's teachings, and I go where he left off at. Except for I'm not going to name Jiggle, because it's not mine, it's Bruce Lee's. And I'll be teaching him stuff that he'd be left off at after his death. Okay, ever since the world changed and stuff like that, you know. Now look at MMA. It's less limitation than martial arts. And Bruce Lee, by the way, he pushed on no limitations, limitation. Don't get stuck on limitation with every single martial arts styles. Don't stuck on limitation in religion. Don't get stuck on that. And no matter what style you practice, you must develop your own style. No matter what religion you are, you must develop your own spiritual in that. That's a hard-on truth with that. And no matter what it is, you want to develop your own stuff. No matter what politic view you are, you must follow your own spiritual way. And stop getting too bound by it. Here's another thing too. If you get too bound by it, if you get bound by it, wherever you are, chances are you are stuck on that. Where you are, you cannot expand your spiritual growth and your revolution. And I'm keeping it real. Okay? And Bruce Lee, all those people I'm talking about, I give mad props to them. That inspires me to do. Another good example, who are living Bruce Lee, is Freddie Lee. He head towards Bruce Lee's teachings. And he go where he left off at. And he speaks truth on YouTube. And by the way, I forgot to mention that MMA is less limitation than the martial arts styles out here. Less limitation than karate, less limitation than taekwondo, less limitation aikido, wing chun, less limited. But even that, MMA has limitations. Okay? MMA got limitations. Okay? And the way I see out here, the way I expose, karate's bullshit, taekwondo's bullshit, hapkido's bullshit, wing chun's bullshit. Every single style's out here is bullshit. Okay? And I cannot stand that. There's so much politics in that will hinder your revolution. And I'm serious. And I'm keeping it real. And you know I'm keeping it real. You know I'm speaking the truth. I ain't made this shit up. And another good example is Freddie Lee. He created his own kung fu called Freddie's Model Kung Fu. He head towards Bruce's teachings. He said what I said. He's enlightened through Eastern philosophy that Bruce Lee led him towards. And I'm the same way. Another perfect example, Tiario. He was at church. Preacher did not want him in church because to be himself. And he's moving forward to be himself. He always moved forward for God. Okay? There's another thing, the way to make greater changes. Okay? Another great changes you need to have. First, you cannot do things the way the worldly people do. You cannot serve two masters. You cannot serve the God. You cannot serve the devil. You cannot be yourself, but yet follow the worldly people. It doesn't work that way. Okay? It doesn't really work. You cannot be yourself and follow the lie. You cannot do it. It's not work that way either. And you cannot be yourself and then bound by the religion or martial art styles. It cannot do that way. It doesn't work that way. You cannot be yourself but yet follow the wrong direction. You cannot do that way. Okay? And this is the stupidest, this is the most dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. Be yourself but yet false doctrine me. Be yourself but yet follow the worldly. Be yourself but yet make everybody happy, which is not true. Be yourself but yet all those nonsense stuff. This is the most phony ass shit I ever heard in my life. I don't want to hear this shit again. Okay? Here's another way to do it. And as far as being yourself, when you're being yourself, and always head towards the truth. Always head towards the way or God. Something above you that spiritually guides you away through there. This is your revolution. Okay? And another thing too is a bunch of times I've been here is like people out here agree with it and then all of a sudden move backwards. Me, I really fucking hate that shit. And I'm really fucking hate that shit. The reason why I hate that shit because went back to the same fucking old shit that don't work. It's not gonna work. Here's the thing we gotta do. Agree with it and then move forward. And have a revolution to move forward. Not backwards. That's why shit cannot prosper. That shit cannot grow because of that. It's like lying to yourself, you know? You know, here's another, and me. And I went through the sparring stuff where no punch of face allowed. This is the most stupid ass rules out there. And I'm pushing it when I was teaching class about punch of face, but I do not say knock him out, but I'm saying open hands to the face, not hard, but do something very intelligent way to give them a drawing board, give them a real sense of security. Because real life in the street, what happened? There was a punch in the face. So one punch will end the fight. You see, Kyokushin karate and taekwondo, they do the stupid ass rules where you don't allow to punch in the face. Me, and I'm pushing that. Because I come from no punch face rules. And I really hate that. That's part of the reason why I want to bring the greater changes that look like boxing, but not exactly like boxing where I get high rate concussion. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for a very intelligent way to give them a drawback, give them like a drawing board to work on, not to get hit. And that stuff needs to have a greater change of that. Another greater change of that is leg kicks, man. Oh my gosh. You could kick high all you want, but you're not allowed to kick low. That's ridiculous. I do not say kick hard in the leg that's damaged him. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's doing it a very intelligent way. So, like front kicks, side kick, even roundhouse kicks to the leg. Because it's not going to work without kicking the leg. Because kicking the leg will set you up. Punch in face will set you up. Okay? And the way I make myself greater changes is I've been wearing martial arts shoes lately instead of be all barefooted. Because kids in real life, everything, wearing shoes makes a total difference. Another thing I made myself greater change is safe sparring that I was inspired by Kung Fu or Freddie Lee. I give Freddie Lee a huge credit for that. That enlightens me. That I really want to teach that to my students. I really want to enhance myself at the same time. You know? Doing it a very intelligent way, not this nonsense. Here's another one on my list to make the greater changes. Skinny jeans is too overwhelming in the society. It is unnatural for me. And you ain't gonna see me wearing a damn skinny jeans. Fuck that. And that stuff has to change where 50 regular pants, 50% skinny jeans, 50 baggy pants. Not overpopulated skinny jeans. That stuff needs to change. Okay, another way to make greater changes, as in UFC. Once you knock the people down, leave them alone. Let them back up. And self-control needs to be fixed in MMA, man, because what if there's no referee? You end up killing him. This is your responsibility. And since you're so talented, if you knock the person down, let him back up. Continue. Okay? See how good you are. If you could beat him all day, knock him down all day, that's showing a true talent as far as ground fight concerned. I don't have a problem doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu ground fight and stuff because I train you to do last results. But honestly, the way I see it, I like UFC a little bit more because you see a lot more standing up than ground fighting. You have better boxing than ground fighting, which is good. Okay, as far as the martial arts standpoint, I got my list is boxing style punches versus traditional style punches. Oh my gosh, man. Since I was a teenager, I'm stuck at hands because traditional martial arts allow your face to be opened up for a fucking counter shot. Okay? That stuff needs to change. And that's part of the reason why I've been training boxing, because that helps me a lot, man. Because what I like about boxing compared to traditional martial arts punches is the jabs, the cross, man, is deeper. You use your whole body weight. Cross, same thing, use your whole body weight. Punch longer reach, you know? Not these fucking traditional martial arts punches, man. If you look at in the past MMA, used to be suck at boxing. Traditional martial arts suck at boxing. Okay? And that's part of the reason why my boxing skill got much better. Because of that. Taking boxing, you know? I'm not saying being a professional boxer. No. You want to experiment that. You know what I'm saying? Experiment that. Learn the concept. Learn the hands. Spar in an intelligent way. And see, like, it works. Discover yourself. This is what we got to do. And another got my list is music industry need to stop push gay agenda to that. If people be gay and wearing the dresses, it's great. But don't push gay agenda to rap industry like Kanye West, Young Thug, Birdman, I'll call him bird shit, whatever, wearing a dress. That stuff has to go. Okay? That stuff has to be a greater changes. Another thing, too, is be a real athlete instead of phony ass athlete. Eliminate those steroids and start working hard natural. Too many athletes do it, too many bodybuilders do that. Me, I don't promote that stuff. I promote hard work through natural way of building up strength, natural way to be athletic. Okay? Another way, good example, that as a martial arts that needs to change. And if you go do takedowns and stuff, you gotta learn to defend yourself against a boxer, learn to defend yourself against a taekwondo people with takedowns. And I see old school Hapkido, they do this traditional stuff. How well go work? It's good, great built concept, but how go works in a real combat against a boxer, against the. Now, let me tell you a great example. Master Wong. He's Wing Chun and Tai Chi, okay? But he uses stuff to adapt against the boxer, adapt against the wrestler. Because you cannot defend yourself with pure Wing Chun. You cannot defend yourself with pure Tai Chi. You cannot defend yourself in a pure Hapkido or Aikido. You cannot do that. You gotta have functional stuff. Like we have like I don't know, I can't remember his name. He has that label called Functional Taekwondo Federation. He able to adapt that because of that. Could be functional Taekwondo, functional Aikido, Hapkido, wherever. Yet have that functional Wing Chun, functional Tai Chi, wherever that is. To get good at, you know? And you gotta get functional in order to get good. As a Taekwondo people or as a martial artist, if you go fight against a boxer, spar against a boxer, you gotta learn to adapt against a boxer. By taking boxing, learn the functional way of that. Me, if I spar against somebody who have good hands, I gotta keep my chin down. If I stick my head up like this, I get knocked out, easy. Or here, face, I get knocked out. So I'd rather keep my chin down, like this. Like this. Even though my guards are down, or I could, if I have to, I could bring my hands up like this. Or move it back like this. order to keep the punches away from that huge impact that I know possibly will land. So me, I discovered that, you know, but it had to be an intelligent way. If we do it in an intelligent way, it's good, it's safe. That give me an edge, a drawback of drawing board of what we need to work on, you know, as far as defense against that, you know. And perfect example. Oh, not perfect example. And another thing I want to make the greater change as a martial arts is brings more adults back into martial art. That's part of the reason why I'm doing this, to bring more adults. Because Bruce Lee's book of Jeet Kune Do is showing that Jeet Kune Do ain't for children. Nothing wrong, children in martial arts. Nothing wrong with that, but gotta bring more adults in that, because Jeet Kune Do is not for children. Jeet Kune Do is for responsible adults, mature adults, warriors, martial artists, people who are already developed. Jeet Kune Do is for that, not for children. This is my way, is, you know? And I'm pushing towards no limitations. Because I hate things restricting on you, where you cannot be artist for life, man. There's another example. I got on my list. Be artist for life. Too many people can't even be artists for life. They end up moving backwards. Be artist for life. That will move you forward. The more you move forward, then we're good with that. And biggest move forward I will do with my goals too, even further development. Remember, I cannot change stuff. What I am, what I accomplish, the way I accomplish over and over again, that I'm blessed. But things that I'll do, I'm gonna be rap and sell mixtape, because I rap through my spiritual passion to save people from limitations, or set up for failures. I'm gonna save people from that. Number two, I'm gonna be a personal trainer so I can make some money, you know? And then later, I'll go open up my own business that I found spiritual tips from that brother Tiario that will help. By the way, you cannot run a business the way the worldly people run. And the way I move forward after I read all those books, I'm continue moving forward more and more because of this books I've read that been enlightened through that. And believe it or not, I know prophecies a lot more than everybody else, hands down, when it comes to my workplace, because people don't understand prophecy like me. If people think I'm bragging, that's too bad. But I know prophecies. I know stuff that's going to happen before it happens. Okay? People don't see what I see. I do. Okay? Now that's part of the reason why I like to move forward towards the revolution and development. And next, with Aaron's Martial Arts Revolution, I kept on my YouTube channel. But I might want to change to something, you know? Who knows with that? But as far as my YouTube channel, I want to keep that. But I'm going to change the business name, something about Martial Arts Revolution. Because I love that label alone a lot, so. Okay? As being said, I'm going to be out this video later.